still remember the first time I heard their names, June and Jennifer Gibbons. Two sisters who spoke to no one except each other. Their story wasn't just unusual, it was disturbing, tragic, and unlike anything I'd ever come across today, I'm taking you inside their world. A world where silence became a weapon, language became a prison, and a bond between twins shifted into something far darker. It's the 1970s, in a small Welsh town. You're a child trying to fit in, but the world won't let you. June and Jennifer, identical twins, daughters of Caribbean immigrants, were the only black children in their school. And from the earliest days, something was different about them. Teachers said they moved in perfect sync, walking shoulder to shoulder, steps matching like a mirror. They refused to look anyone in the eye. They refused to speak. But when the school day ended, when they finally got home, their silence broke. Suddenly they were animated, playful, and talkative, but only with each other, in a strange, rapid-fire language nobody else could understand. A private language. A private world. Their parents hoped it was a phase. It wasn't by adolescence. The twins' behavior intensified. They stopped speaking entirely to the outside world. Doctors tried to separate them briefly, thinking independence would break the pattern. It did the opposite. June later said it felt like being a flower uprooted from the earth. Jennifer said she felt like she was bleeding inside. When June wasn't near, their isolation deepened, and soon, so did their obsession with each other. They wrote endless diaries and stories, disturbing tales of control, violence, and manipulation. In their writings, each twin cast herself as the victim of the other. Their relationship was no longer companionship. It was a psychological tug-of-war, and beneath the surface, a terrifying thought was growing. Only one of them could truly live. As they got older, the twins sought excitement, something to fill the silence. They fell into petty crime, then escalated into arson. One night, as a farmhouse burned in front of them, they calmly watched the flames, writing in their diaries about the thrill their actions finally caught up to them. At just 16, June and Jennifer were sentenced to Broadmoor, a high-security psychiatric hospital known for housing violent offenders. But Broadmoor wasn't the end of their nightmare. It was the beginning. Inside Broadmoor, the twins' silence became even more sinister. For years, they barely spoke. They barely moved. Staff described them as living statues. Yet their diaries told a different story, full of rage, fear, and dependency. June wrote that Jennifer was her shadow, but the shadow kept growing darker. Jennifer wrote that June was possessed, stealing her thoughts, her words, her very life. Doctors knew something was terribly wrong, but there was no treatment that could untangle them from each other. And all the while, a chilling understanding formed between the two. One of them had to die, so the other could be free. After more than a decade in Broadmoor, the twins were approved for transfer to a lower security facility. It should have been a moment of hope. But during the transport, on the very day they were to begin their new lives, Jennifer fell asleep in the van and never woke up. She died suddenly, with no clear cause. Her autopsy revealed no poison, no injury, no explanations. Her heart simply stopped. June later stated calmly and without hesitation, "We had made a pact. One of us had to die, and I decided it would be Jennifer." Her behavior after Jennifer's death shocked everyone. She spoke, freely, fluidly, as if a spell had broken. She said Jennifer had given her life so that June could finally live. June was released from care not long after, moving on to live a quiet, independent life. The very thing she had never been able to do beside her sister. Today, their diaries, stories, and interviews paint a picture of a relationship that was beautiful, desperate, and ultimately fatal. Two girls who loved each other so intensely that the bond became a cage, a silence so deep it drowned them both, and a pact that ended in one of the most haunting mysteries in psychological history. When people talk about the silent twins, they often describe it as a story of mental illness or trauma or codependency. But to me, it's something else too. It's a reminder of how fragile identity can be, how easily a person can disappear when someone else becomes their entire world. June survived. Jennifer didn't. But even now, it's hard to know where one ended and the other began. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as haunting as I did, make sure to like the video so more people discover it. Subscribe for more deep dives into strange, psychological true crime cases, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one.